As it turned out, work repairing the city's zoo took longer than anticipated. It was the following February before the animals finally went home. On the morning the zoo trucks were due to arrive, Rosa awoke to a noise like distant thunder. Out on the landing, the grandfather clock chimed 7, though it always ran 10 minutes slow. The rumbling was getting louder. Rosa sat up, listening. The sound was of vehicles coming down the lane. Throwing off the bedclothes, Rosa grabbed her blouse, cardigan and skirt off the bedroom chair and stuffed her feet in her shoes. She hadn't expected the zoo this early. She'd hoped to give Opal the jaguar one last breakfast, and running down the stairs, hair uncombed, cardigan unbuttoned, she didn't feel ready to say goodbye. When the zoo had first arrived, she begged the zookeeper's son, Billy, to let her look after Opal. She'd had a kitten back in Vienna, the same black-brown colour, and the lack of pets here at Westwood was another thing Rosa had never got used to.
"If you want her to like you, then feed her pilchards," Billy advised, as they watched Opal inspect the corners of the stable that was to be her new home. "She's not really black, do you see?" He pointed to the animal's flank, which, when the light caught it, was a rich, rusty brown, the jaguar spots dark splodges in her coat. Rosa didn't know much about jaguars, and what she did, she'd hastily read about while balanced on a chair in Westwood's library. But it was important to her not to let Billy or Opal down. Billy was the one person who had written to her regularly during the war, mostly to give advice on his precious jaguar. "Opal's eaten 2 rabbits and given herself the hiccups," Rosa wrote once, to which Billy replied, "Try rubbing her tummy, or give her warmed milk." She followed his instructions diligently. "It worked! She's purring!" Writing to Billy made Rosa feel, though they'd only met in person once, as if they were friends. He was older than her, with curly blonde hair and dirty fingernails, and, she secretly suspected, enjoyed knowing things that she didn't. Not that Rosa minded. Learning about jaguars had been a joy. Today, though, it was time for another round of goodbyes. "Careful!"
Rosa skidded to a halt on the landing, narrowly avoiding Westwood's only housemaid, Minnie. The door to the biggest front bedroom was propped open with Minnie's cleaning box. Her arms were full of fresh bed linen. Though she had an uncanny knack for looking busy even when she wasn't, today Minnie seemed genuinely rushed off her feet. "Sorry, Minnie, I was miles away," Rosa admitted.
"No change there,"
Minnie tutted, shouldering past.
"Master wants this room ready for tonight, when I've enough to do already. Oh, and you've missed breakfast, so don't go begging scraps from Mrs. Barnes, neither."
Rosa flushed guiltily. With pilchards in short supply and meat on the ration, she'd often had to pester Westwood's cook for Opal's food, which wasn't the done thing in wartime. "Who's coming to stay?" Rosa asked.
"Be blowed if I know,"
Minnie replied.
"Though it's someone they weren't expecting. It's all been a bit of a rush."
Out in the lane, a horn beeped.
"The zoo's here!"
Rosa cried. With a shriek, they both ran into the bedroom and straight to the big bay window that overlooked the drive. Coming through the gates, emerging from under the winter trees, the first vehicle appeared. Behind it were more trucks, some large, canvas-coloured army types, others smaller, the size of a grocer's van. The convoy came to a halt at the front of the house, where in olden days carriages would have turned. There they were greeted, as all Westwood visitors were, by a bizarre headless statue of Hercules wrestling a snake. Truck doors opened, voices calling between the vehicles.
"Load the birds and reptiles first. Leave the big animals till last,"
ordered a ruddy-faced man who Rosa recognised as Mr. McIntyre, the zoo owner, and Billy's dad. The driveway was suddenly swarming with people in overalls, caps, boots, and protective gloves. None of them seemed to be Billy. Mr. McIntyre unbolted the sides of the trucks. Boxes, wicker crates, ropes, and head collars were unloaded and whisked away. Minnie gave her apron a quick smooch.